Today I'm looking at the Samsung Galaxy S6 and S6 Edge. So what's next for Samsung in the way of smartphones? Have they managed to find a way to finally push Apple off the edge of that skyscraper of a pedestal they've so long sat atop? Can they edge out the competition this time? Only time will tell.
We have all the time.
But no matter what Louis says, you and I do not. So let's not waste any. So I think Samsung made a smart move by letting Apple put their cards on the table first. There's a famous saying, good artists copy, but great artists steal. And Samsung seem to be pretty good artists. So let's take a look at these designs. Both versions have a beautiful seamless edge-to-edge finish, with real metal edges this time, unlike the previously painted plastic like I have on my Galaxy Note 3. The metal touch definitely adds a heightened sense of a premium feel, much like the iPhone 6. And the white version has an incredibly similar look. So that's right, the iPhone 6. But still, it has its classic Samsung home button, which incorporates a much easier to use fingerprint scanner. I remember trying to use the fingerprint scanner on the Galaxy Tab S, and after 5 failed attempts, I remember wanting to. But you'll be happy to know that this fingerprint scanner is much easier to use. And this feature really shocked me. Fast charging via the wire. And wireless charging.
Power at 400% capacity.
How about that?
But you won't need the mighty Thor's hammer to do it, just a charging mat. And with that in mind, if you guys stay to the end of this video, I have an exclusive gift for you from numskull.co.uk. So wireless charging is definitely a technology that we can all marvel in. So the design on the 6 Edge broadens our modern day horizons with a new angle approach to the classic flat touchscreen. The Galaxy 6 Edge is called the Edge and has an edge on every other smartphone in the market because, yes, Samsung broke free of the normal boundaries and the user interface now utilizes the edge, or edges to be more precise. So this comes in handy for when you're wondering, what time is it? Yes, the Edge can tell you the time and may save you time and hopefully some battery life by illuminating just the edge of the screen. The Edge will also allow for many more unique features. I shall come back to that if I ever get my hands on with this. So a quick look at the back. Samsung have not gone with the self-healing back like the LG, which makes me kind of sad. I mean, who wouldn't want a phone that heals itself like Wolverine? However, they have made a marked improvement on the dimpled plastic back cover and now have gone for a gem finish, which looks smooth. It looks slick. Let's just hope it's not too slick like that guy from Street Fighter. Okay, so let's run through some of the basic specs. As I mentioned earlier, this has fast charging and just 10 minutes can give you 4 hours use. Also mentioned earlier, this has wireless charging and you will need to buy a wireless charging mat separately. On the front we have a 5 megapixel camera, which is apparently equal to the iPhone 6 back camera. On the back we have a 16 megapixel camera, which is f1.9, OIS HDR, and an LED flash. It has a stunning 5.1 Quad HD Super AMOLED display and will be available in 32GB, 64GB and 128 in currently a variety of 5 colors. The two versions vary in weight, with the Edge being slightly lighter at 132 grams and the regular S6 138 grams. Inside the phone we will have 2 quad-core processors, which makes this an octa-core. And as expected, the usual connectivity like Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, GPS and NFC, which Samsung are now going to utilize with the Samsung Pay feature. And it will have a non-removable lithium-ion 2550 mAh battery, and the battery size will differ on the Edge version. And one of the big concerns with a phone like this is how durable it is. And Samsung have protected this with, that's right, the latest Gorilla Glass. So I'd like to offer my opinion here on these phones. I was an Apple fan up until the iPhone 5 was released and then abandoned ship for the bigger phone with a better battery life and expandable memory, the Galaxy S3. I liked the S3 so much that I upgraded to the Note 3, and I watched what Samsung did with the Galaxy S4 and S5, and I have to be honest and say,
but I'm not impressed by your performance.
So it's good to see that Samsung are not wallowing in the unforeseen, unsuccessful performance of the S4 and S5 and are now moving on to the next one. That's right, Swizz Beats, on to the next one. And I think Samsung would agree. Now recently I have seriously been contemplating going back to the future of the iPhone with the iPhone 6. Until just now, these new generation Galaxy phones have got me thinking twice. However, the very reason I left Apple in the first place was the removable battery and upgradable memory and screen size. It seems that with one hand Samsung gives us something new, and with the other they take away the very feature that we love. So a really quick couple of points that really sets this aside in my mind from the iPhone 6. The selfie camera on the front is very high quality, and Samsung are saying it's even better than the back camera on the iPhone 6, which would be amazing if it's true. And I'd like to venture a guess here and say that the majority of people probably use the front-facing camera on their phones more than the back. So that seems like a smart move from Samsung. And of course, this has the edge. So that's it for this WhatGear review. You are currently one of the finest viewers known to man, and if you hit the subscribe button now, you will be promoted to one of the finest subscribers known to man. And if you want to join me and become ever living on the WhatGear Wolfpack Wall of Fame, then you can hit this video and that will explain everything. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, a special gift just for you guys, because you are some of the finest viewers known to man, and WhatGear is now an affiliate of numskull.co.uk. I can now offer you this code, which is going to give you 10% off anything you'd like to buy from numskull.co.uk. And the items that I've handpicked for you this time is this PlayStation 4 wireless charging mat. Just think, in between completely poning people on Call of Duty, you can put your pad on the table and let it charge, which means never having to rummage through that box of wires that most gamers have trying to find a charge cable. So head over to numskull.co.uk, check them out. They got some really cool stuff on there, and if you guys want to buy anything from me, feel free. So once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't be late.